Welcome back to We Are Live. Chris Dim and Travis Terrell. Nick Freed in studio. We were supposed to have Adele Givens come in studio, the queen of comedy. She's very funny. You should go see her at Helium this weekend through no fault of her own. Some logistics got a little mixed up, so no Adele in studio. Might do a phone call with her later or a one-on-one or something. But either way, if you're out and about looking for something to do, go check out Adele Givens at Helium this weekend. Travis Terrell's here, Chris Gardner's here, Nick Freed's here. He is from Missouri but lives in Chicago, so we're happy to have him the last few days. Get your fair of fouls in. The topic, Florida man. You can win a $100 prize, $100 to Gateway Powder Coating. Guys.
Yeah. We have a fun game.
We have a great game.
Of free casting call we're going to do later in the show. But, of course, as I attempt to build this empire.
Yeah, please. Tell us about it.
I oftentimes make mistakes on the podcast. I say things that aren't considered English.
Sure.
And so what we've decided to do is chastise my public school education by mocking me every week.
I'm a mathmonologist. Mathmonologist, that's the term.
Mm-hmm. And so what they like to do is take those words that I screwed up throughout the week and put them into one large sentence at the end of the week, forcing me to read it in front of our listeners.
Just shaming. Hey,
this is hilarious. He's an idiot. He can't read. He's dyslexic. He's a moron.
Wow. Really hit a vein, didn't it?
Kind of did, I'm not going to lie.
Travis, have you gotten this word down yet?
Pneumano ultramicroscopic silicovolcanoconiosis.
Pneumano commonoxidus monolocus volcano tomonocene Tom Smith.
Tom Smith.
Almost
Close.
Yeah, thank you.
Close, yeah.
Pretty good. All right, so Gardner, I imagine that you prepared something that I can read.
I have. Would you like to see it?
I would. It is now time for the sentence of the week.
Oh, hold on. Point again.
Okay,
There
all right,
you go.
It's time for the
embarrassing.
sentence of the week.
Don't be proud of this.
Here we go. Sentence of the week. Through information found in an antique bureau, Vera Farmiga revealed the vague details of the Lippenzahner's foiled diaspora to Tara Reid and Jesse Pinkman, while all three took in the Misophonia seminar at Atlantic 10 Media Day.
Misophonia.
Okay, misophonia. Okay, here we go.
Phonia.
Phonia.
Like you're on the phone.
Okay. All right, here we go. Through information found in an antique bureau, Vera Farmiga.
Where's the N? Where is the N?
Farmiga.
For Mike. There's no N in there?
No.
Okay. Vera Farmiga revealed the vague details of the Lippenzahner's foil diaspora to Tara Reid and Jesse Pinkman, while all three took in the Diasphomanana seminar of Atlantic 10 Media Day.
The Lippizan what?
Is that foil?
Foal.
Foal. But it says like coal.
It
Oh,
says
like
foal.
coal, like foil. Why would I say foil?
Like foal, like a
Foal.
horse. Like a horse foal.
Like foal. Of course, because I know Lippenzahners.
Yeah, exactly.
Naturally, of course.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
one more time.
Through
I heard
information found in an antique bureau, Vera Farmiga revealed the vague details of the Lippenzahner's full diaspora to Tara Reid and Jesse Pinkman, while all three took in the Misophonia seminar at Atlantic 10 Media Day.
There you go.
Nailed it.
Yeah! Take that word. Ooh, modest.
He can read.
Now, whiplash.
Are you fast or are you slow? Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
They couldn't do
Take
that
that,
with
Miles
they,
Teller.
They couldn't do that. Miles Teller couldn't be played by a black actor because the black drummer would have been like,
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Questlove
all right,
would have just came in.
Yeah.
next.
Next, all right, that's it.
Man, that movie, I really liked that movie a lot.
Very intense.
Our friend
And-
was in it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
had a brief spot whenever he gets spoiler alert hit
Spoiler
by the
alert.
truck, right?
Yeah, he's the truck driver.
Yeah,
Who was the director of Whiplash? He's had a streak.
I think it was your mom.
Oh!
Your mom. Very nice.
Damien Chazelle.
Of course.
He's done La La Land and recently First Man. So he's got Whiplash, First Man, and La La Land. Those are three highly critical acclaimed
Very
films.
white movies.
Very white movies. But, hey, man, that's your lane. That's your lane. Do what you got to do. I ain't telling that man to change it up.
Speaking of very white, Travis,
Uh-huh.
you're kind of into Connor Oberst now, aren't you?
Boy, that was 10 minutes of a person I had never heard of that I'm so happy I got a chance to hear about yesterday.
Did you listen to it?
I did
you spend
not.
while you were in here, like
Oh, boy.
watching all the gunshots and everything? You weren't listening to
we had
Desaparecidos?
We had DMX on.
Really?
That makes more sense.
X gonna give it to you. I was like, what else music would you play when there's a...
I was always curious. Like if DMX approached me, I'll bite you. I'll be like, I'll beat your ass. I don't try and bite me. You're not a dog. That's
You
scary.
ain't beat DMX ass. Shut
What's he, a buck
up.
40?
You ain't-
140
you ain't-
pounds?
you be
Squeeze his
lying.
head off.
You ain't
If-
touching DMX.
if
There's not a
DMX
chance in hell, even now.
I'm bipolar and think I'm a dog.
if DMX came up to you, and be
Smack
like,
him.
What's up, dog? And he barks at you. What you gonna do?
Hey, knock it off, you.
Let's be honest.
The only
Get-
way
Go on now.
You get DMX. You get on now. You get.
I think the only way I could believe it is if DMX was actually only like 5'4" or something
He's
like
not
that.
a big guy, and he's got to be. I mean, he's got the crack
he's-
strength, I'm sure.
I'm about to get crack and jail strength.
Yeah,
true.
exactly.
All right,
He's
all
got
You got
ja-
old man,
jail
crack,
strength.
and jail strength. Those are three. That's a perfect storm of strengths.
Yeah,
You ain't
that's
trying to
true.
mess with that.
How he's not
Probably
bench
a
pressing
dad
cars.
strength too.
Oh, he's
Probably
got
a father.
dad strength.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Somebody on the Friends of Wall page wondered what you might look like, Travis, after listening to Connor Oberst for the first time.
Okay, what do they say?
And
If you're watching,
This is the first day
I'm
of
in the
my
woods
Uh-huh.
with
Where I
bangs.
was blind before I met you.
Look at that.
would you wear that look? Would you? Okay.
If I had
either.
to.
So yeah, you're not. You've discussed it. You've got the receding hairline.
the
Would you
beach.
stay bald and shave your head? Looks good. It's a good look. Or have hair, but have to have that hair, the swoop, if you will.
I will wear your hair.
How do we even have that happen?
I think that would be awesome
That
if you
kinda
had
would
hair
be
like
dope.
that.
I ain't gonna lie, that would
You
be.
had that
'Cause
wave.
I kid you not, because I went to predominantly white schools growing up, and I would always see my friends do it, and I've always just really wanted to go. Or just mid conversation and just go.
I do it
and
17
put it
times
behind
a
your
show
ear
right now.
Yeah, and Chris
Yeah.
does I don't try to say positive things about Chris out loud because he like takes it to heart. But it is really cool when Chris is like about to start a conversation with someone and he's just able to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, I can't do that. I'll just look like a complete idiot and
Sure.
dandruff will just come down on my face.
Right.
That probably is not the play for me.
Yeah, I get
So,
that.
but to see Chris do it, I'm just like,
I've
because that's a
just-
great segue because that's letting everybody know not only do you get to show off the pythons, but now I'm about to put my large hands
So
through on
bro.
my amazing
Oh,
hair.
wow. So you're-
and then it's a fluid motion too. So you're letting the girl know, like, oh, it's about time. And I'm focusing on you. And so you,
Yeah.
so you,
And you can also, when you get like upset about something, you can just like put your.
Yes!
'Cause I've just recently started. I can't believe this is a conversation.
Yeah!
I've just
There you go.
recently had my hair cut in a way that's how I style my hair now, is just like pushing it back.
Nice.
So I can just like, if I'm upset.
Oh, look at
you know,
that.
I
Oh,
can
that
just
is
do
so
this,
cool.
like
Look at that.
And it's not great.
No, that looks awesome. Look at that.
It's impressive. Says a
So
lot.
It's like,
I've always,
I get
okay, I'm
it.
going to try. Hold on.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like that feels good though.
See?
Not into the mic. Ugh.
see, Travis, when I get anxious sometimes,
Oh, do it, Gardner. Come on. What do you
I
got
do
going?
like I'll start
Okay, well,
doing
that's-
a
Well, that's
hip
just
stretch.
kind of.
That looks like homeless.
That's like something
But-
DMX
Like you
would
just
do.
got off
But
a
also, I will do
train.
a couple flips.
You do flips? You a flip
Okay,
guy?
let's see.
Oh, okay. This is good. This is the watch this. He does. He does do that. Yeah, I've seen him do like he'll get ready to get
then I
like.
do a
And
little-
look what he does. Look at
Oh,
him.
my
Look at
goodness.
that. That's so dope. Then he gets underneath that, and then he does that.
Oh,
then he does that in the
yeah.
back. See, I've always wanted to do that. I've wanted to.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't do that.
Yeah.
That is so dope.
If I had
looks-
longer
oh.
hair, you get out of the shower and you just do the.
Chris,
Yeah.
do it. Do the bangs thing.
I have
do
to,
the
like,
thing with the bangs,
I
Chris.
squeegee
Here you
my
go.
hair.
Look at that. Look how cool that is. See, Chris bangs were coming over his forehead, and then just like this, Chris was like, "Oh, I got it, baby."
How you guys have not gotten a picture of Gardner doing the like in the water, like in the pool flip of the hair yet?
That's a lot. That's something we're just not going to put that
Come
on.
on,
the
Gardner.
audience.
Triangle
You
assassin
know how
says
good
I've-
that would be.
I'm fine with that. Like when I before
This
I get
summer.
out of the shower, normally what I do is I do a squeegee. And I do a squeeze down, and then sometimes Jess will be brushing her teeth while I'm in the shower, and then I'll do like a quick flip or something. Like, what are you doing? You got me wet. You got it all over the mirror. I'll wipe it off.
Yeah, she did.
That's amazing.
Your wife.
Your wife.
That's what she said.
See, I comboed it.
Well done.
See, it's funny again.
Yep.
It
we've
worked.
done
It's
it.
come back.
So here we go.
It took like 15 years, but
I'm
it
out.
come back. Hey, speaking of, it's been a long time.
Been a long time since.
Been a while.
Wait, can we keep it going? Can we keep a waterfall going? What the hell's on Joey's head?
We're back to that one.
No, that's all
the
I
best
got.
line I've ever. all of them.
The thing that I tagged you in on Facebook yesterday.
Yeah, consequence of sound.
Blink 182 will be performing
Oh, yeah?
Enema of the People in its entirety on this
Really?
next tour
It was a little
for
Freudian enema of the state.
Enema of the State, Enema of the People. It's fine. Well, I just
It
Enemy
works.
of the
There's
People.
people in a state.
It's fine.
True.
They'll be performing it on this tour to celebrate its 20th anniversary.
Which means 20 years ago, Nick Freed thought they were getting a little too cool.
I did. I 100% did. Still own this album, though. This was the last one that I bought.
Yeah.
Like, enough of them.
That's what-
They're
I'm
orig-
turning
this is
to
the
a
one that-
15-year-old.
This is the one where if I was their original drummer who was on the album before this, I'm jumping off a cliff
Yeah,
after this, after they're
100%.
number one on TRL for 78 weeks.
That's
Yeah.
one thing I learned I probably should stop doing because I'm coming up on 40 here.
Uh-huh.
Is
Don't look a
something-
day over
Something
61.
will intrigue me, and I'll be like, oh, I wonder how old that is.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Oh.
'Cause that happened to me earlier this year where I was like, I was listening to music. And
As you
people
do.
that know me, I'll be listening to Arcade Fire or something. And I'm like,
Uh-huh.
oh, Funeral, their first album, turns 15 this year.
Yep.
And I'm like, son of a...
I went to the 15-year anniversary tour of Wolf Parade for Apologies of the Queen Mary, and that I was like 15. Oh my god! I listened to that album in college. That's when that came out. When I was in college.
Right.
Yeah, it hurt.
It really,
And
I
we
think
have
it
a-
started hitting me like just because it was a random lookup. It wasn't like I was, oh, I need to know how old this is. I wondered just out of nowhere, like, and then I was like, damn it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, don't look
Yeah.
up the Oasis stuff.
And this
No.
summer, we have, what is the 25th anniversary this summer, Gardner?
Oh, it's all the OJ stuff.
OJ's 25.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did like the so like CNN has those documentary
Yes,
series,
yes.
decades.
Mm-hmm.
The 90s was the one that was the most interesting to me.
The
'cause
90s
it
was
was like
absolute because you had to because you when you were that age you knew what was going on but you didn't know the
Exactly,
details. And so
exactly.
now going through that decade, you're like, oh, that's what was happening. Oh hell no!
yeah, like
What's even worse though is the things that we're still arguing about now, and I was like,
And it looks exactly the same.
1993, and we haven't figured it out.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
Like, even
and you start doing your own time clock, your own
Yes.
bio clock. You're like, I only got a good if I take care of myself, and maybe I'll get some access to some of these pills that'll keep us alive
Yeah.
longer. Like 30, 40, 50 more years,
What
maybe.
what were the moments from the 90s for any of you guys that was that's an interesting moment, but then when you finally got older, you either saw the documentaries or you read more about it where you were like, that what was going on.
It was Bill Clinton's presidency.
Yes.
Because like up until the last few years, I was like, Bill Clinton, man,
Yeah.
best president
Yes.
ever.
Yes.
That guy, we had a budget surplus for
Yeah.
the first time in years, like killing it. Awesome.
Yep.
And then I like see this stuff about like he's also like one of the most conservative as far as criminal justice goes,
Yeah.
and like it's a lot of his fault that the prison system is the way it is
Yeah.
now, and how terrible like everyone treated Monica Lewinsky
Oh,
during the
boy.
scandal
Sheesh.
and all of that. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
And then there's the fact that
and he's just like a
questionable,
bump-
maybe have some murders in there. Maybe,
Exactly, yeah.
those are just floating. It's
Hey,
alleged.
calm
Yeah.
down there, QAnon.
Listen, Vince Foster's family would like to have a word
Come
with
on,
you.
Yeah.
Okay?
hold on.
Yeah, and there's just like, and now he's just like this, like smart, kind, vegan, bumbling grandpa.
Yeah.
that is just like
Stares at balloons on stage.
just like solving AIDS and stuff
Right.
and all this, and I'm just like, oh man,
It was
you're
really
doing some massive atoning here.
Oh God, yes. I think the thing that was really, to Chris's point, that really made me go, "Oh, it really hasn't changed," is watching Maxine Waters, the Congresswoman in California, Kenlock native here in St. Louis, watching her handle the riots after the Rodney King, and hearing her rhetoric during that, and then hearing the rhetoric of the same Maxine Waters during Ferguson and the unrest in Baltimore, and you're just like, holy hell, it's the same script.
Yeah.
Like, she's saying the exact same thing from a situation that took place almost 2 decades ago.
Yeah.
And so that was an eye-opener for me, just seeing it going.
25 years ago.
Yeah. It just, man, it was just insane. And just when you went over the Rodney King tape, you're just like, wait, these guys got off. These guys got off.
yeah.
This actually happened.
Yeah.
Like,
This
these
is
guys got off.
this is why the entire city of Los Angeles burst into flames
Yes, I was like,
overnight.
so now I get why it
Yeah.
was 8 days of fire.
But then I watch like the one on the sports, and I'm like, oh yeah, still dope.
Yeah.
This is still. I remember all of it.
Yes.
Pure. Still
yeah,
pure.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. The Bulls winning
Ugh.
championships left and right, and then I'm like, oh wait, Michael Jordan was also like a huge gambler and lost a lot of. But it's still like, yeah.
Wouldn't that
get
be
him.
nice to be able to crack open whatever was going on whenever he went to baseball? No matter what it was. Listen, his father,
documentary.
his father
We'll-
was murdered.
that
man.
documentary
There's
is
some
coming out.
crazy things.
There
Really?
is.
About him
I
like
wouldn't
right
wanna-
around.
MJ's got a lot of cash. If he doesn't like the tone of your documentary, I'd be careful.
And
It's
not only that,
apparently
not only that,
pretty
and,
deep.
and there I saw on the blacklist there is a script that's
Wait,
being
are we
made.
allowed on the blacklist?
No, you can. But there's a script that was just recently bought. I hate that I forgot the studio, that is about Michael Jordan's time in the minor league. So there's a movie
yeah?
being developed about Michael Jordan after he retired and did the baseball thing.
I think
So I'm
I think
excited
at
to
this
see that
point,
What do you
as
guys
well.
think it was?
It was.
I think it was 100% gambling debts.
I think it absolutely.
Yeah,
is.
I think he
like
got
that,
busted.
Like the commissioner's
it was a
office
p-
is like, hey,
it's
we
a-
can keep this quiet. You need to figure something out
was-
to go
Yes.
hang out for a couple.
I think it was a
Yes.
P, and I'm not gonna lie, and it's alleged, of course. I don't want any
Allegedly.
Michael Jordan
Allegedly.
sending lawyers. It is my belief that it was a Pete Rose situation. It is
Yeah.
my belief that he absolutely gambled on games. That
but
he
they were
played
able
on.
to keep it quiet.
Yes. Or they.
Not
you
an
gotta think,
intern.
you gotta think about it. You gotta think about it.
Jordan.
Everybody was in Jordan. The media loved Jordan.
yeah.
Right.
And
yeah.
so he was a dark. There wasn't
Somebody
a
would have came
detractor.
out with a book or something by now, so it would have had to have been
Well,
really
see,
high up.
But you gotta
Yeah.
understand, Michael Jordan. I mean, like you just mentioned, like if you're gonna come out with those stories, you better have it right.
And I feel
or
like at
close to
this
being right, or
point-
he's gonna completely eviscerate you.
I feel like at this point he's made enough money off of his brand that I think it's established enough where I think maybe
Nothing
he might
can take it down.
Yeah, I think he might be a little more lenient as to, or like, you know, there's enough. He thinks there's enough distance between when it happened and
I think he,
statute of
I
limitations.
think we're still like
or
20 years.
something.
We're still 20 years away from that Jordan, because Jordan to this day still
The
absolutely
craziest-
hangs on to his legacy, and he should,
The
because
craziest
the
answer
conversation
is
happens every
nothing
day.
was going on, and he was just everything was true, right? That's the craziest answer.
He just got like overwhelmed with the popularity and,
And
just
the,
like had
his
to,
father being
guy
murdered.
just
yeah,
being-
just cracked.
I maybe.
I'm saying that's
no.
at
I'm
least
saying that's.
like,
I
yeah.
mean, that's
Yeah.
yeah, certainly. I would be surprised if that was just simply it, but it just feels
But, like,
like
yeah, the
you
story-
don't walk away at your peak. We're talking at your
What if
peak.
What if he got caught stealing the Declaration of Independence?
There it
And a
is.
president-
That's the movie that's
There's-
being developed.
There it is, Gardner. We've got
National
your film,
Treasure
National
3.
Treasure 3.
Oh, I can't wait.
The MJ Diaries.
Yeah.
Yes, the MJ
that
Diaries.
what's in
Why
the
is there?
president's book?
that's
Why
a-
is there a jump man on the Declaration?
Yeah. What?
Jordan sponsors the Book of Secrets.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the official sponsor of Book of Secrets.
Or it's like there's like a
I want to marry your daughter, Michael Jordan. You're my idol.
there's like a secret like society, and they start finding these like little like primitive jump mans around.
It's really a Masonic symbol.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. Actually, this is how conspiracy theories get started.
This is exactly how they get started.
Yeah.
So I am now going to examine the Jumpman logo to see what Masonic symbol I can find within it, and then we can go from there.
And then you
That's
draw
all you
like
have to
a
do.
crude MS Paint thing over the top of it. Oh my God! If this becomes a thing,
Probably the
It's already a thing.
The Eye of
Copyright,
Providence
trademark.
is probably in there right
That's all you have to
now.
do.
That's a good point.
copyright, trademark.
Very good point.
Do we want to do our game that we have on the
I think it's
rundown?
time for another fun game, boys and girls. It's a game I like to call
Well, we all call it this.
Recasting Call. Nope, we don't have an open for this
Nope,
one. Nope,
no
still no
open.
open for this
No
one.
open.
No,
Open.
normally
Doesn't work this one?
you do the sounds.
Okay.
for it.
Recasting Call, yeah.
Get out of my office.
So
That's
we
a
take.
recasting call.
I did not kill my wife.
What?
I don't care.
You
We
did the
take-
both voices.
I did Tommy Lee's voices
They're both black.
for Tommy.
for Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford.
Here. I didn't kill my wife.
I don't care.
Nailed it. We nailed it.
You
People
did
are gonna be
both
like-
voices.
Yeah, they're both voices for two different actors.
Yeah.
Probably not how impersonations work.
I didn't kill my wife.
I didn't kill my wife.
That was
I
the moment.
don't
That was the
care.
moment where Tommy Lee became one of my favorite actors. Either, by the way,
I don't
I'm
care.
almost certain. I don't think that's in the script. I think Tommy
I
was
don't
like,
think it is.
He was probably cold and wet.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was probably 9 hours of shooting, and he was like, "I did not kill my wife." Man, I don't care.
Yeah. Are we done? Did
Are we
get
done?
it?
Did we get it? All right.
So we do recasting call. We take a famous film and we replace it
But he
with
did both voices.
just everybody gets to see what we get to deal with on a daily basis.
Amazing.
So the way recasting call works is
Yep.
that we choose a very popular movie and we recast
Okay.
the ensemble with a group of individuals. We add a theme from time to time.
Okay.
So this week you're going to have to recast Anchorman with 80s music artist.
Speaking of anniversaries, 15 years of Anchorman this year.
Is it 15 years?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not as bad because I feel like I've seen Anchorman so many times.
It
should be
feels
like-
old.
It feels old.
It's like Caddyshack at
yes,
that point.
yes, it really is. So 15 years
I
makes
think
sense.
I think Anchorman is
Anchorman funnier than
probably
Caddyshack, by the way. I'd like to state that.
the last movie that I built up so much in my mind because this is a way different premise when it first came out.
Yes.
Remember?
Yeah.
You're hearing about this, and the people that were involved at that time, I was like, "Oh my God, this sounds amazing!"
Right.
And the potential for it built up in my mind to a way where I thought, "There's no way it's going to live up to expectation,"
And it did.
and it did.
Yeah.
Let's just
This is probably the last movie I can think of
You're
that
right.
I did that to myself.
Yeah.
and it actually
And
lived up
it
to the
lived
hype.
up to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen to the actors in this, and so we'll give everybody an idea as to who we're recasting. We're talking about Will Ferrell, Steve Carell, Paul Rudd, David Koechner, Adam McKay, Christina Applegate, Judd Apatow, Fred Willard, Chris Parnell, Seth Rogen, Ben Stiller, Fred Armisen, Luke Wilson, Catherine Hahn, Danny Trejo, Paul F. Tompkins.
This was like Catherine Hahn's like real
like
breakout
role,
Yeah,
and
this
like
was
even
the
her
one.
little like 2 lines. You
Yeah.
like they were good.
Yeah.
She was
Seth
very
Rogen
solid.
had a bit part in this.
Yes.
Think about that.
Yeah.
Seth Rogen, camera guy. That was one of the last things that you were going to get him on for less than $1 million,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah. In less than like 2-3 scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're talking about like if like that list: Will Ferrell, Carell, Rudd. Like those are 3 of the highest grossing actors in the industry right
And
now.
this I feel like was also Judd Apatow's like this like sort of solidified
Yes.
him because I
Agreed.
feel like after this was when it was like 40-Year-Old Virgin, Pineapple Express, like all of those were like
Killer.
right
Like,
after
boom,
this
boom,
one.
boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom. And that's when his empire was built. And this was
Yeah.
a very smart. And then Adam McKay,
Oh my
who
gosh.
we didn't think Adam McKay was going to turn into an Academy Award winning director.
Exactly.
And now
Yeah.
this
Think
guy
about
just
that.
makes these brilliant films about times in the 90s and 2000s, and I love them.
Adam McKay's first, we should have seen this coming when he did the Galifianakis, Will Ferrell political movie.
Yeah.
That was him dipping the toe in saying,
it's like,
I wonder if I could take this in a direction.
Yeah.
And instead of staying comedy, he was just like, I can do
Yeah, I'm
this,
Exactly.
just gonna go over here.
right? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I mean,
then-
and even also just like it's weird that he the same with Peter Farrelly too. It's like 2 staunch comedic directors.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I guess
I think
I don't know.
I think it speaks more that comedy is much more difficult. I think than people give it credit for.
And
Like I mean,
absolutely.
And I'm looking at the IMDb page. I'm missing out on Vince Vaughn. I'm missing out on, gosh, there are a few
Dorothy
others.
Mantooth is a saint.
We had, God, who's the tall actor that did Nothing to Lose with Martin Lawrence? Why am I drawing a
Tim
blank?
Robbins?
Tim Robbins.
Tim
was
Robbins
in
is
it.
in it.
So
yeah,
like
he's
you,
the host from PBS.
Yes.
or
Yeah.
NPR.
yes, and then
Yeah.
Ben Stiller.
Public
was-
access.
We took a break from our pledge drive to come kick some ass.
Ben Stiller.
It's a brilliant movie.
Yeah, it is.
It really is brilliant.
Ben
So
Stiller and like maybe questionable brown face.
it was brown face. He was Arturo Mendez.
Well, how about and then the unsung hero? How many idiotic 19-year-olds?
Jack Black's in it.
Baxter.
Baxter
the
was
dog.
wanted.
Yeah.
How perfect. You have all these stars, and the dog is arguably like in the top 5 of
Yes.
things people remember
Yeah.
from the movie.
Yeah. I have friends that still will say like, I love my little gentleman.
Yes.
Like over and over again.
It's just something I do. No, you copied that off of Will Ferrell.
Yeah, exactly.
But
yeah.
it's been 15 years.
This came out also the exact same summer that Napoleon Dynamite came out. This
is
was
that
like
right?
this
Oh,
was
I
like
didn't know that.
the summer that made like dude bros and hipsters just intolerable to be around because they just quoted both of these movies.
All the time.
I couldn't have a conversation with somebody in college without them just going, and I was like,
Napoleon Dynamite.
fucking
Seen
just
it?
have a conversation with me.
Here's the thing, and this is gonna really upset some
Eat your
folks.
food.
We are we are a Rotten Tomatoes home. 66 on Rotten Tomatoes. How
See, that's
completely
garbage. If
ignorant is
Critics
Rotten Tomatoes?
were not a fan
They
of
were
it.
not
That's so
fans.
stupid.
Roger Ebert did give it 3 out
There
of 4
weren't enough
stars. though.
transgender news reporters in it to give it a better rating.
Yeah, it's I remember watching it and the reason I liked it is because it felt like you were watching these guys just like make up this story on the spot. Like the talent of improv that these guys, and then you watch like the outtakes of it and everything, and there are multiple scenes that are in the movie that are cut like right before everybody starts laughing.
Yes.
It's like that was the best take we had.
Yes.
It was like they made it on just like a shoestring budget.
Well, and then I didn't see the sequel, but I've heard it's not that bad.
I thought it was actually a little better than the first one.
I
it's a better
enjoyed Anchorman
It's
too.
a better movie.
So I need to watch it.
I
I was
enjoyed it.
legitimately. That's how stupid I was.
It's got
like,
Kanye
I
and Will
can't-
Smith in it.
I
It's
can't-
awesome.
I can't. I just thought to myself, I was like, I can't ruin this legacy in my head and see
Fair.
an inferior
It's-
product.
Well, it's a better movie.
yeah,
It's maybe not funnier, but it's a better movie.
I agree.
I'll go
It's
watch
good.
that too.
It's because it's like Adam McKay has finally like he knows how to make a movie now,
Yeah.
basically. So it's like
okay.
the plot is better. I think like it's just a tighter movie.
Interesting.
It's
Listen-
not necessarily funny.
All right, so
Before we jump
I'll
into our
jump in.
cast, we're going to
Yeah.
jump into our cast. But you mentioned critics. I did. That's really funny to read this. Certainly the silliest comedy of the year, but mainly in a good way. Not quite as inspired as Ben Stiller's Dodgeball. But
Dodgeball was really fun.
But if it were any more
Anchorman's
manic,
better.
you would have to put it on Ritalin, and then it says yet another wreck of a vehicle for Will Ferrell's comedic talent.
Are you serious?
So a gentleman by the name
Tell
of
that-
Adam Holtz.
Adam
plugged
Holtz
in.
jump off a cliff.
That's amazing. So like, yeah,
Wow.
it's funny to look back at some of the things these critics have said. All right, so let's jump right into it.
Okay.
Everyone has their 80 music artist in mind.
Do it.
Everyone, all right. Let's start, of course, with our lead. You can't have this without the man himself, Will Ferrell, as Ron Burgundy. Who's your Ron Burgundy in Anchorman? 80s music artist is the pool you can select from.
I would say, oh man, who is the Ron Burgundy of 80s music? I would say,
There you go.
like, the first thing that came to my head was Boy George,
Oh,
but I don't know.
I
Just
kinda-
because he's like,
Boy George is good. That's a good one.
he thinks he's.
I considered Huey Lewis here.
Really?
So
So
we're
that
gonna
is-
have
that is a
some
good-
arguments. This is
I
good.
like
I
this.
do like Huey Lewis.
So we got Huey
I
Lewis.
got to put Huey Lewis in here somewhere, I think.
Are you going to go with him?
And I was thinking.
See, I didn't
thinking
even.
Burgundy.
I didn't even. I was all like 80s hair metal. That's all I could
No,
think of,
and
and I
that's
was like,
what-
I don't know, but no, Huey Lewis.
It's
I
hard
think
to kind of. I mean, 80s. That's a good.
there's
music,
a
man.
put on
Some
bravado.
different stuff there.
Now, someone I had in mind, I was like, who could be this pompous and arrogant and completely out of touch? And the only 80s music artist that came to mind, Bono. So I have Bono playing Ron Burgundy. Is there anyone like who takes themselves so seriously, just like Ron Burgundy in real life, like
was
Bono?
he that way? Was he that way in the 80s?
80s? I feel like he was building up to it.
He did a lot of the like AIDS stuff started in the 80s. He did a lot of that.
Like,
Okay.
I'm gonna cure
Bono,
Africa
that's a good
with,
one.
with more lyrics.
Yeah, with
Like,
my
that's-
Irish limerick.
There's only one answer here, and that's Axl Rose. I mean, that's
Ooh,
and maybe
these
you'll,
are good.
And maybe you'll say he's more of a '90s guy, so I've got to back up Bon Jovi or Axl Rose. I think
I think
Axl Rose
Axl
because
is
he's
a
a
good
little
one.
lacking self-awareness.
Uh-huh.
See, I was gonna put Bon Jovi into the Paul Rudd role.
Good.
That's a good one. Yeah.
That's kind of how
Okay.
I viewed Bon Jovi.
That-
Bon
yeah, Axl
Jovi's
Rose, that's a good
definitely
one.
in there. I just would cast him in a different role. He's definitely in this movie.
All right, well, let's move on to that. Brian Fantana, of course, played by
Best
Kansas City
name.
great
So good.
Paul Rudd. And you had who again?
I love Paul
Bon
Rudd
Jovi.
so much.
Bon Jovi for Brian Fantana. Who did you have, Mr. Freed? Oh, man. Brian Fantana. And, man, he was a sex maniac. He wore the Sex Panther.
Uh-huh.
I'm going with Tommy Lee.
Oh, that's a
That's a
good
good
one, Chris.
I was going to say
Tommy Lee.
Tommy Lee or
Brian
Freddie Mercury.
Fantana. Oh, Freddie Mercury.
That is
Wow.
good.
But I just
Ooh,
got
these-
distracted by the mustache. I
That's
think.
okay. Yeah.
But yeah, Tommy Lee, I think that's a
Ooh,
good one.
Tommy
Yeah.
Lee's a good.
Good luck taking
yeah.
that one, guys.
Yeah, that's
ooh.
good.
Oh, damn. Those are good. I don't know if I can top those. I think I may have to.
Side note, I also the first name that popped in my head was Paul Rudd could just do it.
Or Paul Rudd.
I'm sure I'm sure he could. He wrote some good songs in the '80s. Like
I'll go.
that guy can do anything.
I'll go David Bowie
Okay.
for Brian Fantana.
Brian
I'm just thinking
Fantana.
of sex fiends. And
That's
shit.
also a good one.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So let's move on to our next cast member. That is, of course, Brick Tamlin, played by the great Steve Carell. So you need someone that's kind of
So
adult,
good.
kind of not necessarily a moron. That wouldn't be polite to say, but maybe just a little unaware of what's going on.
I have one, and it's strictly because I just don't like. He just seems like a weird guy. Robert Smith of The Cure. Just like because not that he's dumb, or anything like that, but he's so whimsical. It
Right.
would come across as like he would just be like, "The stars align," and it's like we asked you if you wanted fries. Dude. What are you gonna do?
That's a good one.
Like, I don't need to hear that, and I don't care for your music.
Yeah, I would say somebody like Vince Neil.
Ah,
Somebody
nice.
like that.
Yeah, he would speak,
I don't know, a
he
little
would speak
too, like-
confidently stupid though.
Yeah. He's a little too cocky, maybe, for Brick.
I am going to switch it up, gentlemen. I am going to go with Flava Flav.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Flava Flav
Yeah.
on this one.
Okay.
I just feel like he would be the
Little
guy.
colorblind casting.
Yes, to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
I would
I
go
like
that
that.
route.
That's a good one.
Think
Yeah.
if you've seen Flavor of Love, you know exactly where I'm getting.
Yeah.
All right, so we got that. Let's move on to Champ. Oh, who you got,
I,
Gardner? I'm
I
sorry.
didn't have one, so I'm gonna acquiesce to you guys. on
Okay.
that.
Okay.
All right, so we'll move on. Of
I
course.
just want to contribute. I want to snipe here.
Okay, that's fair. Contribute to. I know you have we represent him. We're kind of like his handler, if I were to say it. David Keckner, Champ Kai.
Champ Kai.
So you need a
Another Missouri boy, right?
yeah.
From Tipton, Missouri.
Old Tipton.
That's right.
So
yeah.
David Keckner, he was basically
We're awesome here. We're real funny.
We really
He's the
are.
chauvinistic. He's the chauvinistic
He's the
sports guy.
sports guy.
So
Yeah.
who would be that individual?
Oh man. So there's a few ways to go with this. I guess I think of them more as 70s, but they were certainly active, very active during the 80s. I'm gonna go with Gene Simmons. I'm gonna just do it. He's got an aggressive personality,
Yeah.
right?
That's a good
Yeah.
one.
My
Yeah.
friend found online somewhere. It's an entire CD filled with Ace Frehley, Paul Stanley,
Stanley.
like between song banter and
Right.
live shows.
Oh boy.
And it is crazy. He would
Yeah.
probably be a good Brick too. The kind of stuff that he would say to the crowd
Yeah.
is just like, what are you talking
What's
about?
happening here?
Yeah. But Gene Simmons, that's a good one.
Yeah. Do you agree with that one, Gardner?
I like Gene Simmons. I was thinking of Billy Joel here.
Ooh, interesting.
Okay.
Okay.
I can't. Yeah, I like both of those.
We could. I mean,
After seeing Gene Simmons' reality TV show, I absolutely kind of agree with.
But I
Chris.
kind of, I'm suggesting Billy Joel, but I think now that you've said Gene Simmons, I would go that route.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
if we and we could go another direction. Randy Travis is available and has a cowboy hat.
That's true. Yeah.
All right, we need a woman to play
George Strait even.
Forever and ever, amen.
George Strait could say, "Your ex or my ex, your mother lives in Texas."
Yeah. Whammy.
All my exes live in Texas.
Yeah.
well
Yeah.
done.
There you go.
The beautiful Christina Applegate. By the way, have you seen Christina
My ex,
Applegate
your mom.
recently?
She's beautiful.
She's gorgeous. She still looks amazing.
She's still beautiful.
There are two correct
has been
answers for
Veronica
that. Go ahead.
Corningstorm.
This
who's
one
playing-
seems simple to me.
Yeah, I agree.
This
I
is
think- I
quite
think I know
simple,
who
but
this
I've
is.
got a wild card. Gardner, please.
It's Madonna, right?
Has
I
to
got
be-
Madonna. I have Madonna.
Your wild
Okay.
card, if we want to go, do you want the star power or do you want the 80s-ness? Because Blondie's right there waiting on
Right,
it too.
but
Yeah.
here's
Yeah.
my thing with
Debbie
Debbie
Harry.
Harry is,
Is she going to show up for call time?
well, they really came to light late 70s into the very beginning of the 80s and then shut it down, basically.
right.
So that's why I didn't know. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one to consider, but I don't know that they were necessarily throughout the 80s was the problem.
See, I would say somebody more. I feel like Madonna is too sexual to be.
1980
Veronica
Call Me
Corningstone.
came out, by the way, which 1980 isn't the 80s we're talking about. 1980 was an extension of the 70s,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
the style.
essentially.
Yeah.
And I feel like it needs to be somebody that's like a little nerdier and a little more like career focused and like
Annie Lennox wears a pantsuit real well.
yeah, Annie Lennox or like Stevie Nicks.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's when
Oh,
she
that-
kind of
anytime-
did her
She
solo
qualifies.
This would
career.
be a good
Anytime
one.
I hear Annie Lennox's name, my friend Pete, I can't remember the old SNL announcer's name.
Don Pardo.
Yeah, Don Pardo. He always would get drunk and do
Who,
his
me?
Don Pardo impersonation, and
Oh,
all it
boy.
was a musical guest, Annie Lennox.
That's good.
And that's all it was.
What a
good.
perfect
So he would get
one.
drunk, and so
And
anytime I hear
musical
Annie Lennox's
guest,
name,
Annie Lennox.
that's all I hear in my
I love a
head.
good
Oh,
Don
that's great.
Pardo.
That's very
I
good.
love a good Don
All right,
Pardo
so we got-
impression.
we
That's really good.
Got a
Annie
Chris-
Lennox.
That's really good. All right, we have, of course, the great Fred Willard playing Ed Harkin, the station manager.
Oh yeah.
So who is taking over Fred Willard? So here's a guy who.
Quincy Jones.
Ooh, that is
Oh, wow.
good.
I don't think we're gonna beat that. I was gonna maybe throw out a wild card with who was I gonna say? I had him
Or Lionel
pulled up.
Richie.
Yeah, I blew it. Sorry, I had somebody pulled up.
No, that's fine.
I was
would-
going to go Fred Schneider from the B-52.
Ah, nice.
That's
That's a good one. I
Very
was-
similar.
fired.
I like the idea of the late great George Michael in Harkin's role.
Oh man,
Okay.
Just thought I'd get him in there. All right, so we got to remember. So let's get Vince
Michael
Vaughn.
Stipe could also be in there.
Michael Stipe.
That's a
I
little
feel
out
like
of the
Michael
80s
Stipe would
feel.
be a good Chris Parnell.
Oh,
Yes.
Parnell's
yeah.
character in that.
Yeah.
Why you like that poop mouth? You poop mouth, Ron Burgundy. I hate you, Ron Burgundy. Chris Parnell, that guy.
He
that's,
nailed that, by the way.
That's the career that I want to have.
Yes.
is
Oh
Chris
yeah,
Parnell.
he does a lot
Yes.
of voice work and
So
just
that guy is rolling in
Yes.
voiceover money, just
Yes.
like
him and
drowning
H.
in
John Benjamin. Those are the guys who I like. If you can have a career, those are the careers you want.
I saw
you make
H-
really good money, and people just know your voice, not your face.
Exactly.
and that's quite all right with me.
I saw him speak. He came and did a book signing in Chicago for his book, "Failure is an Option." It's his memoir.
Nice.
And it was incredible. It's just like it's still so weird to me to see him speak like on
Yes.
video because he does like looks nothing like Archer.
Even his spots in Master of None, and when he's talking, I'm like, it's Archer. Why are you Archer talking to Aziz Ansari? Like, what are you doing?
Well,
This is
it
silly.
really screws with you now because he does commercials
Yes.
for Arby's.
Yes.
yeah,
And he's
he
doing
does Bob's
roast
Burgers.
beef, and,
He's like-
and they air these Arby's commercials when I'm watching reruns
Of
of
Bob's
Bob's
Burgers.
Burgers, and
Yeah.
I'm like, this makes no sense.
not that I don't want to get away from Travis's, but where does D. Snyder fit into this? We need him in there.
Oh
He
yeah,
has to be in.
D. Snyder could be the play Vince Vaughn's character.
Yeah.
Of the
One of
rival
them, yeah,
anchor.
whenever
See,
you
I
have a
was
bunch
gonna
of
put
stars,
I was
yeah.
gonna put Bruce Springsteen there.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
That's not. Oh,
Bruce Springsteen
yes.
could be a good-
Now that would be good.
That's
Good.
what I was thinking for Bruce.
That's a good one
Mantooth.
for Bruce.
Yeah, and then you have I'm trying to think another newscast. Billy Idol, Lionel Richie, part of that just crew.
I
of
think
people
Lionel
that run up.
Richie could be probably Fred Willard's character also.
Yeah, that
I
could
think
work.
that could be. That could be.
Okay.
All right.
You
Anybody?
got anything for Brian Adams?
Well, let's get a director. Who would you want
Bryan
directing?
Adams.
What music artist in the 80s? We'll end on that. Who would you want directing Anchorman?
Sammy Hagar. I mean, the man knows his way to. He knows how to make some money. He knows how to make.
You
some
know
money.
what? I'm proud he
You
said
know
that because we would have been shameless St. Louisans
Yeah, without-
if we did
without-
not figure out a
yeah.
way.
He's a
to
Red
get
Rocker,
the
man.
greatest. We would have been. There would have been pitchforks outside if we did not come up with. That's a good.
Cabo Wabo, bro.
I have got.
I mean, is David Lee Roth? Are we considering him 70s or 80s? I mean,
no, he's definitely 80s.
He's
There-
80s.
he's
I
definitely
don't know.
80s.
I
David
don't
Lee
know.
Roth. You can't do it then without. He is a wild card. He could be Brick Tamlin.
He could be Brick Tamlin. Yeah. He could be.
You could just have him be a waiter, and like they stop in at a diner, and
I
David
got
Lee
my
Roth's
director.
waiting on him.
Who's your director?
Phil Collins.
Oh wow, yeah.
That's a good one.
I was gonna go.
Phil-
I was gonna go Elton. Elton John is my.
Oh
director.
wow.
Also
Elton
a
was
good
gonna be
one.
mine.
Phil Collins would
But
be
Phil
good.
Collins is good.
That
Yeah.
80s is when he got really weird and started doing
Yeah.
those like weird puppet videos. And stuff.
Yeah, I always say I was the perfect age for that to scare the living hell out of
I'm
me.
still terrified of that video.
Right.
And that-
I've
and-
watched it recently, and I'm like, I don't like this
And
at
that's,
all.
and that's why I had a slow walk to liking Phil Collins. I was like, I like his music, but when I was first introduced to him, I was afraid.
Right.
So I'm
Yeah.
gonna hold off. But
that puppet company still like I think they still do shows, and they've done like I think they helped do the what was that MTV show?
Prank Yankers.
No,
Crank Yankers?
Sorry, I apologize.
Say prank yankers?
Prank
Yankers.
Well, all I know is like back in that day, my day consisted of punch the Scooby-Doo fall over thing. You
Yes.
know what I mean? Like
Yep.
it's like a blow-up thing. Punch that, maybe eat some breakfast, sit down, watch a rerun of The Jeffersons, punch the thing some more, G.I. Joe time, back over to Woody Woodpecker, and then punch the thing, and then somehow I end up seeing this video at some point. And I'm like, where's the Jeffersons?
Yeah.
What's that? I don't
Yeah.
like this.
So, like
Is
the
that the
puppets are like
president?
the puppets are like a little like dirty and like
Yeah.
it was no good. I definitely watched. That was a video that I was like, I haven't seen this in a while. I'm gonna see if it still is.
I'm
like,
gonna work
still
my
and
way
like as
through it.
soon as it
Creepy.
started, I was like, no.
EBGBs.
Yeah, and I was just like crying.
I got to give a big shout out to Tech Electronics. You see all the wonderful equipment in our studio, the cameras that this is being streamed on. They helped us, so you support them. Tech Electronics, look at this. He's a pitch man, couple of pitch men. Tech Electronics, wonderful, wonderful company. They can help businesses, individuals in the St. Louis area from everything from computers to cameras, security systems, support. They're a wonderful tech company right here in St. Louis. That's Tech Electronics. Told you about some of our other great sponsors. Check out Mental Health Matters from St. Louis Counseling Services. St. Louis Counseling, great partners of ours here. Look out for Stacy Static coming up. Tani Project coming up. Shout out to Impolite Company. So many good things happening here at Midcoast Media. Check out midcoast.media for more information. What do we have left?
It's
Nothing
time for the
important.
People's Fair. Or foul.
At this defining moment, change has come to America.
People often ask me, is it a segment? Is it a movement? Is it hope? I can't say
What a
for certain.
treat it's been
Time
having you
will be
here,
a
Nick.
true
I'm glad
test
you've been
of
here,
its
man.
power.
Me too.
But I can say, fair or foul
You wanna
is
just live in
now
the
and
studio?
forever
Yeah, just live here,
for
bro.
the
Screw
people.
Chicago.
Gather
Couch.
around the radio with your loved ones.
We literally
and
have a
hold on to
theater
your butts.
in. You
It's
can
now
scratch
time
that
for
itch, man.
fair
Very true.
Do shows.
Or foul.
There's bar in the darkness. What's so funny?
It's the segment Nick Freed calls awesome. It's the People's Fair or Foul.
We asked you about Florida Man, and we're going to reward you with $100 to Gateway Powder Coating.
And if I could interject,
And thank you
real
to everybody
quick,
who came out to Southtown Pub for comedy last night. Great crowd and great show.
Go comedy.
We did have a morning melee midway through the show.
Oh, we did?
Yes. And the question was, who would win a fight between 10,000 grizzly bears and 10,000 alligators?
Who's winning?
It's 69 to 31%.
Nice.
Nice.
Your
Bears.
guess?
Very nice.
Bears.
Gators. Got to be Gators, man.
Nick?
Gators.
Chris?
Bears.
Bears it is.
Ah.
Bears it is.
It's because of all the anti-bear propaganda that's out these days.
Gardner's
that Stephen
the
Colbert.
president.
It's not propaganda, it's just truth.
Yeah, right. Okay. All right.
I am not an Ursa supporter.
Yeah, right. We know.
Yeah, you're real Ursa head over here.
Again, follow Nick online at
Real
Gary
bear
Dinklage.
truther.
Right. Not surprised.
Truth is in the title because it is the truth.
Has everybody seen the Flat Earth documentary?
No,
We'll talk about
I'm
it
not
later.
gonna watch it. We asked you about Florida Man. Here we go. Foul! We already have too many superhero movies without adding Florida Man to the mix. What's Florida Man's superpower anyway? The ability to avoid arrest after stuffing a condom full of frozen shrimp up his rectum while walking around Walmart
Jesus.
naked? The ability to withstand repeated tasings from police without the benefit of bath salts? The power to jump 7 double-wide trailers laid end to end with his nitrous-powered rascal scooter? And I don't care what the director says. That's a white sheet, not a cape. Yale Hollander with a great submission to start us off.
Yeah.
Well done, Yale.
That's racist as hell. Florida Man. More like Florida Georgia line. This is the most white bread meme ever. Am I right, Trav?
That's pretty close.
What? Pandering.
Yeah.
You
Big
enjoy
pander.
a pandering.
Real pander.
I think we should start the Flo Rida Man meme to make the heavens waiting room state more inclusive.
Flo Rida.
Cankles.
Speaking of Anchorman,
Yeah.
you see his podcast as Ron Burgundy?
Yeah, I saw he was starting it.
He's
I haven't
still
listened
doing
to it.
I
yet.
thought he
Still
would have
doing
bailed on it by now. That's a
It's-
lot.
His
a lot.
book is
In
actually
character?
his book is
character.
actually really good.
As Ron Burgundy?
Yeah, it's Ron Burgundy, like Take Me to the Top or something like that.
It's like
It's pretty funny.
Man,
It-
I
I'm
guess
not-
he
I know I
did,
don't wanna-
he
I
did
don't-
Bush for a decade.
I don't want
and
to freak
so-
you out, but he's reaching Corolla territory as far as downloads.
Oh, I'm sure. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I
haven't
I
listened
wouldn't
to it
think
at all.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Foul to the theme of Spider-Man. Florida Man does whatever a Florida man can. Stabbed by my mom with a knife, left his kids and left his wife. Look out! Here comes the Florida Man. Is he high? Listen, bud, he's got methamphetamine blood. Can he drive in his truck? Not with his D in that duck.
Good God.
Hey there! There goes the Florida Man. Triangle assassin. That was a good one.
That was a good one. You do have to throw in a little bestiality to really make it
Right?
a true
To
Florida
make it a
man
real Florida
situation.
man.
That's a good point.
Man, you did what to the snake?
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure that picture of that guy humping that shark naked is from Florida. Pretty sure that's a Florida picture.
And that's how we know sharks have teeth inside them. Foul. Why has it got to be Florida Man? Seriously? During the Me Too movement?
That's a good point.
Gender bias is real, and we need to acknowledge the horrible things women have done in the Sunshine State.
Oh my God.
So in the do the research spirit of this show, I've Googled Florida woman, and these were the stories on the first page of news results. So there was one funny story, and the rest were about women murdering people.
Okay.
You know what? I take it back. Florida woman is horrible. I don't care if I'm biased. Give me more stories about a Jacksonville man saying things like, ain't no nuts. Ain't no nuts, though, like street nuts. Get you some street nuts. The JVL Jackal. Hey, man. Hey, man. And finally, it's for $100 to Gateway Powder Coating. Florida Man does whatever a Florida can. Makes his meth and angel dust, sees a gator and feels lust. Look out. Here comes the Florida Man. Is he strong? Listen, bud, he's got bath salts in his blood. Can he use the World Wide Web? Probably not. He voted for Jeb. Please clap.
Please.
Here comes the Florida Man. Please clap.
Or as Stephen Colbert calls him.
Jeb! Oh, so good. Great batch. What do we have in your opinion, Mr. Gardner?
Ooh, what was the last one?
That was Jamie Moyer's Fancy Foyer.
It's between Moyer and Assassin. I'm going to go Triangle Assassin.
Yeah, that was a good one. Nick, do you have a vote?
I'm gonna go with the last one.
Jamie Moyer's Fancy Foyer.
Yeah.
Travis
Yeah.
Terrell.
I am also going for you.
I was going with the Assassin, which puts us at a tie. Do we split it between the two? Or do we do another round?
We either split it or Nick and Travis do rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors. I'm not allowed. You are Foyer.
Yes.
You are the assassin. This is rock, paper,
Even though we
scissors.
both voted for the same.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, drop is
Yeah.
what you do. 1, 2, 3, then go. So
Right.
it's on 4.
Right.
Ready?
1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go. Damn it!
Jamie Moyer's Fancy Foyer has won $100 to Gateway Powder Coating. He can get his grill right. And it looked like Travis was cheating. Like there was a weird delay. I don't know. We'll have to check the tape.
Check that instant replay.
What
That's
the
right.
hell?
Check that instant replay.
That's racist as hell.
Nick Freed, thank you so much for sitting in.
Pleasure
buddy.
to be here.
Always
Love you.
Pleasure to
awesome
be here.
times.
Hand hug. Hand hug.
Happy Friday to everybody. Travis Terrell, Chris Gardner, Nick Freed. I'm Chris Demon. We're back on Monday live streaming at 8 a.m. Download the show. Tell your friends about it. Keep us moving in the right direction. Thanks, everybody.
Peace.